Baltimore boxing champion Gervonta Davis is heading to trial.
Baltimore native and boxing champ Gervonta "Tank" Davis is sent to jail.
Gervonta Davis getting a heavy escort before bonding out of jail.
A judge rejected a plea deal.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis, one of boxing's most exciting and unbeaten stars, is facing serious trouble. He's been arrested and is getting a lot of criticism from all sides. Even though he has 30 wins, 28 of them by knockout, and is known for his exciting fights, his future is now uncertain. Things are quickly falling apart behind the scenes, and his career is in danger.
I'm gonna slap you out. Mama said slap you out. I'm gonna slap you out. My mama said slap you out. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Boxer Gervonta Davis. This man just got arrested at 3:30 in the morning for some domestic battery stuff with him and his baby mom during survival.
On June 15th, Davis was arrested again, this time for a suspected domestic violence incident that happened on Father's Day. People close to the situation say this is the most serious legal trouble he's ever faced. Since he was already on probation for a hit-and-run case, this new arrest could lead to actual jail time. To make things worse, the timing is terrible. His upcoming rematch with Lamont Roach Jr., which was supposed to clear up their earlier draw, is now completely uncertain. Training camps are being shut down, and fight talks are on hold. Even more surprising, some of the biggest names in boxing are now saying Tank Davis's career might be over. Fans who once strongly supported him are starting to turn against him, and many believe his silence is only making things worse. On June 15th, Davis was arrested near Miami, Florida after a reported argument with the mother of his children. What started as a Father's Day visit turned into a domestic dispute that led to his arrest, while he was still on probation. This isn't Davis's first legal issue either. He's been involved in a hit-and-run that injured several people, spent time under house arrest, and has faced multiple accusations of violence outside the ring.
Early in the morning on November 5th, this surveillance video captured the moment a vehicle crashed into a fence at Washington and Martin Luther King Boulevards. The vehicle was a Lamborghini truck, and Baltimore City police say the driver was boxer Gervonta Davis.
But people close to the situation say this time feels different, and much more serious. The risks are higher now, and the same judge who once gave Davis a second chance might be ready to send a strong message. Sources from his promotional team, Premier Boxing Champions, are reportedly expecting the worst. One insider said, "If the judge wants to make an example out of him, there's not much we can do." This means Davis, once seen as one of boxing's biggest stars, could now be heading to jail. If that happens, it could ruin his future fights, sponsorship deals, and the brand he's worked so hard to build. If Davis was still hoping for a rematch with Lamont Roach Jr., that chance may now be gone.
Yeah, man, I just want to say to let the people know that this judge is crazy, bro. This judge is, she locked me up because basically I bought a property. I did everything in my power to listen to my lawyers.
Lamont Roach, the WBA super featherweight champion who fought Gervonta Davis to a controversial draw on March 1st, has had enough. Sources close to Roach say he's ended his training camp, stopped all preparations, and is now searching for a new opponent. In public comments and live streams, Roach didn't hold back, saying, "I don't think this dude wants to fight. Plain and simple. I'm not waiting around for someone who can't even hold up their end of the deal." His frustration is clear. Roach said he was promised a rematch to settle things after many fans believed he had outboxed Davis in their first fight. But with Davis's ongoing legal troubles and unpredictable behavior, Roach says he has no choice but to move on.
All the champions. I got to smoke with all the champions. I wanted to unify at least one belt at 130. Okay. So whoever the champion is, whoever the champions are, hopefully I can just line them up and then take them out. It's good fights. The fights are, the champions are Lomachenko, Shakur, and another guy from Ukraine, Denis Baranchik or something like that.
Even more revealing, Roach has begun aiming for fights with Floyd Schofield or even Shakur Stevenson, showing that he's already mentally moved on from Davis. Once seen as the underdog, Roach is now in control of the story, while Tank, for the first time in his career, is the one being left behind. As if the legal troubles weren't bad enough, Davis is also facing harsh criticism from some of the most well-known voices in boxing, adding to the growing pressure on his already shaky career.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done, period.
Former champion and ESPN commentator Timothy Bradley didn't hold back in a recent interview. Tank is done. He's checked out mentally, Bradley said. He warned that if Davis steps into the ring with someone like Manny Pacquiao without being fully focused, he'll lose. Bradley's blunt comments reflect the growing concern that Davis is no longer in the right mindset to compete at the top level.
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something so like, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing, he's not gonna fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offer, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
Davis has talked about retiring before and has sometimes suggested he's lost his passion for boxing. Now, many think he might not have a choice. Between his legal problems, media pressure, and loss of trust from other fighters, he could be forced to leave the sport. The big question isn't when he'll fight again, it's whether he'll fight again at all. Gervonta Davis rose from the streets of Baltimore to become a global boxing star thanks to his natural talent, incredible power, and a highlight reel full of knockouts. But now, everything he's worked for, the titles, the money, the fame, is at risk. Not because of a loss in the ring, but because of the chaos outside it, legal issues, broken relationships, and fights falling apart. Boxing has seen fighters make big comebacks before, but it has also watched many once great stars fall apart in front of us. The final bell hasn't sounded yet, but the question is on everyone's mind, is Tank Davis really finished, or does he have one last comeback left? What do you think? Is this the end for Gervonta Davis, or could it be the start of a redemption story no one expected? Let me know in the comments.
I personally don't think the fight's gonna ever happen. And that's just my personal opinion. I'm not hating. I don't think the fight's gonna happen. You know, I think Tank will retire for that. You know, I mean, we were hearing that Tank was gonna be fighting against Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's still on the table. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what Tank's future looks like as of right now. But I know Shakur is willing to face the best out there.
Bradley didn't hold back, his warning was clear. He said Davis no longer seems serious about boxing, chasing fame and big paydays instead of focusing on his legacy. Bradley even claimed that Davis would never step into the ring with Shakur Stevenson, no matter how much money was offered. His comments quickly sparked backlash from Tank's fans, who pointed out that Bradley has a history of tension with Davis and may be letting personal feelings get in the way of fair analysis. Still, the remarks made headlines and raised real concerns. If Davis truly is mentally checked out, as Bradley suggests, then this legal trouble might not just be a temporary setback, it could be the end of his boxing career.
It don't matter. You consider the best? Okay, I'll fight you. And that's what we need in the game. We need guys that want to step up and challenge the best fighters out there, and Shakur is that guy.
Despite the growing belief in the boxing world that Gervonta Davis is finished, not everyone is buying into that narrative. One of the strongest opposing voices is boxing commentator and content creator Boxing Ego. Known for his blunt opinions, Ego fired back at Timothy Bradley's comments, calling them a whole lot of nothing. He criticized Bradley for pretending to predict Davis's downfall when, in Ego's view, their long-standing bad blood makes him anything but objective. Ego especially took issue with the talk of a potential Manny Pacquiao fight, calling it pure fantasy with no real basis. He argued that this kind of wild speculation is exactly what's harming boxing journalism, more about stirring drama and chasing views than reporting facts. Comparing it to predictive text commentary, Ego said some pundits are just tossing out hot takes without substance. He also reminded his audience that Tank has bounced back from serious challenges before, legal trouble, public criticism, and self-doubt, always returning with explosive knockouts. "We don't know what Tank's next move is," Ego said. But until there's an official announcement, all this talk is just noise.
Yeah, you know, I mean, hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Just get your that's it, basically. Get your shit. You don't hit women, man.
Even though Lamont Roach Jr. keeps saying the rematch with Gervonta Davis is still happening, the reality behind the scenes tells a different story. Sources close to the WBA and premier boxing champions confirm that no contract has been signed, no venue is set, and Roach has already started looking for other opponents. The August 16th fight date is quickly becoming unlikely. This situation has led boxing officials to call for immediate action. The WBA is under pressure to either strip Davis of his lightweight title or declare him champion in recess, which would free the belt for other active fighters. If that happens, Roach could face Floyd Schofield, a rising contender who's interested and currently holds a mandatory ranking. This would let the 135-pound division keep moving forward, with or without Davis. An insider said Davis is holding up the division because he hasn't defended against mandatory challengers or committed to fight dates. It's time to let the other fighters eat, they said. Meanwhile, Roach is firm but clearly frustrated. Whether the rematch happens or not, he's done waiting in the background. The backlash against Davis is growing, not just from promoters and commentators, but from fighters and fans too. The strong support that once helped Davis rise to fame is now divided.
Discipline, is that what you want to put it down to? Yeah. It's more than lack of discipline, it's vile. Do you know what I mean? I don't condone that at all in the slightest, so it's not got nothing to do with lack of discipline. It's got everything to do with moral compass. And for me, that's just, yeah, it ain't right.
Aster de la Hoya, who used to be a big fan of Tank, gave some tough advice. He's one of my favorites, but get it together. You don't hit women. Period. British welterweight Conor Benn went even further, saying he would never agree to fight anyone facing such serious allegations.
I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that. And I was just like, what in the world? And like that type of stuff when you've been fighting and knocking people out and fighting main events. I mean, he fought four main events here at T-Mobile.
Even in the women's boxing community, opinions are changing. Clarissa Shields, known for speaking her mind, said she thinks Lamont Roach could win the rematch if it happens. She pointed to Tank's lack of discipline and emotional distractions as reasons why.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight.
You're out of it?
Yeah.
Care to elaborate on that?
Out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
Social media shows the same divided story. On Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit, some fans still support Tank, believing he's being unfairly targeted. But many others say they've had enough. Memes, mugshots, and viral live streams are taking over instead of highlight reels. Just like that, a fighter once seen as the future of boxing is now caught in one of the sport's biggest controversies. The numbers are impressive: 30 wins, 28 knockouts, and no official losses. On paper, Gervonta Davis is one of the most dominant fighters of his time. But outside the ring, things are much more complicated. If his troubles continue, Tank risks losing much more than just his belt. His WBA championship is already being reviewed, and big fights with stars like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, or Naoya Inoue, once very possible, now seem further away than ever. Even his strong relationship with premier boxing champions and his fans is starting to weaken under the pressure of repeated scandals. Alright, everyone. For the latest updates on boxing news, big moments, events, and fights, make sure to subscribe to Knockout Updates and turn on notifications so you never miss out on great content. Don't forget to check out our other videos too. Until next time, peace out.